Fever dub! Go, go, go!
Yeah. Good job.
No, we can't.
Whew, good job. Squad needed it. Played Fever way. I love it. More of them.
She was out with an injury, but tonight, Caitlin Clark made her return unforgettable. Against the New York Liberty, she lit up the court with insane shots, killer passes, and pure fire. This wasn't just a comeback. It was a statement. Let's dive in.
Much to the credit of Caitlin Clark, this team won a massive, massive game. It was not without flaws, believe it or not. If I wanted to, we could really get into it, but we won't as much. Number one of the greatest single half performances I've ever seen in basketball.
After missing 5 games due to a left quad injury, Caitlin Clark returned to the court tonight with a statement so powerful, it shook the WNBA landscape. Facing the undefeated New York Liberty, many questioned how she would bounce back. What they didn't expect was a performance so explosive, so electric, that it instantly went down as one of the greatest games of her young professional career.
That is not common. We are in rare air here. I was legitimately like flying out of my seat. Oh, no!
She's back.
Oh my God! This isn't real.
Right side. Now come back.
This isn't my best moment exactly, but I just could not contain myself. I am that person when I watch games.
The Indiana Fever had a rough start, falling behind 11-0 in the opening minutes. But once Clark touched the ball, everything changed. Late in the first quarter, she erupted with 10 points in under a minute, including a stunning and-one and a series of logo-range three-pointers that lit the arena on fire. She drilled 3 deep threes in 38 seconds, tying the game at 24-24.
Clark made those passes that are just gorgeous dimes. She hit the logo bombs, 3 of them in 38 seconds. The kind of things that just make you make incomprehensible noises. Like, oh! Like you can't control it when you're watching it because she's so exciting. She's the most exciting basketball player on the planet.
The fans were stunned. The bench was jumping. Caitlin Clark had officially returned. By halftime, she had already racked up 25 points, shooting an impressive 6 of 9 from three-point range and 9 of 13 overall.
And keep in mind, Caitlin Clark just scored 25 points, and the quarters in the WNBA are shorter, not as long, as the quarters in the NBA.
Her efficiency, timing, and range reminded everyone why she's considered one of the most lethal scorers in basketball. More than just a shooter, she also had 5 rebounds and 3 assists before the break, all while playing turnover-free basketball. Her total impact went far beyond scoring. Clark's presence on the floor completely shifted Indiana's energy. Teammates like Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull found easier shots. Aaliyah Boston took command in the paint, securing a double-double.
10 points for Aaliyah Boston. By the way, she had a double-double.
The Fever hit 17 three-pointers, a franchise record, and finished the night shooting 48.6% from deep. In the second half, New York tried to mount a comeback. Ionescu and Breanna Stewart led a push that temporarily put the Liberty ahead, but Clark responded with composure, setting up her teammates for back-breaking shots. At one point, Indiana went on a 19-2 run, reclaiming momentum and sending a clear message. This team was not going away.
If this team plays like this, there is no team in the league that should feel safe. And as Caitlin Clark is having a historic game by almost any measure, the losers, the suckers, the lames are going on about body language. They're going on about decorum. Look, at this point, it's not about her fans. It's about her. They're going to find a way to try to undercut and sideswipe. But when historic nights like these are going on, they have to do it and look crazy on a timeline in front of everyone else.
When the dust settled, Caitlin Clark had recorded 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists, just shy of a triple-double. She shot 11 for 20 from the field, 7 for 14 from 3, and was the undeniable engine of Indiana's offense.
Ended on tied for her career best. She was 7 of 14, and at one point she was like 7 for 9 or something ridiculous. 11 of 20. She still played 31 minutes. Stephanie White did sub her out, I think, more than we would have seen had she been playing. And guys, she almost had a triple-double in this game. 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 32 points. By the way, let me point, and 2 block shots. That's one of the most ridiculous stat lines you will ever frickin' see from any player, WNBA or NBA, either one.
Her vision was laser sharp, picking apart the Liberty defense with skip passes, off-ball cuts, and full-court transition plays. It wasn't just her scoring that dazzled the crowd. Her floor leadership, her ability to direct traffic, and her resilience after a frustrating injury layoff made this one of the most complete performances of her career. She didn't miss a beat, she elevated. Her performance was so dominant that it ended New York's undefeated season. They came into the game 9-0, they left stunned.
The word undeniable exists for a reason, and it applies to Caitlin Clark. She is just absolutely undeniable, and her return to the Indiana Fever showed it once again. It felt like a jolt of energy to the WNBA, obviously to the Indiana Fever, who looked like a completely different team, as Caitlin Clark put on a show that only she can in leading the team to a win over the New York Liberty, the first L for the Liberty on the season.
Clark's return comes at a crucial time in the season. Indiana, now 5-5, had been struggling without her. Her ability to draw defenders, control pace, and lead offensive sets brings structure and danger to the Fever's playbook. Tonight's victory wasn't just a one-player show, it was a team breakthrough, powered by a superstar. Fans, commentators, and fellow athletes couldn't stop talking. On social media, phrases like the CC effect and Logo Clark were trending within minutes.
Caitlin Clark Kent back in action. Where do I even start? Where do I even start? 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 7 threes, 11 for 20 in only 31 minutes of basketball. The Indiana Fever say, come on, New York. Come on. Somebody's got to give you this first L, and I guess it's going to be us. No Jonquel Jones, but the Indiana Fever handled business. 102-88. We finally hit triple digits thanks to CC22. Caitlin Clark.
Even LeBron James tweeted in awe of her return.
Just like LeBron James did when he tweeted out the CC effect, welcome back, you were missed. From the GOAT.
Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports called her performance bonkers. The basketball world was watching, and Caitlin Clark delivered. She's now the only rookie in WNBA history with 3 career games of 30-plus points, 5-plus rebounds, and 5-plus assists. She also became one of the youngest players to ever score 30-plus points against the Liberty in a regular season game.
She is the only player in the league so far averaging 20 points per game, 5 rebounds per game or more, 5 assists or more per game. Caitlin Clark is back in action. The Caitlin Clark effect is back in action. Folks, as she was scoring 3 threes in 38 seconds, she had an ISO on Stewie, and she said, hey, AB, get over there, AB.
But beyond the stats, it was the emotion, the grit, and the determination that truly stood out. She didn't just play to prove herself. She played to uplift her team and silence any doubts about her readiness. This wasn't just a comeback, it was a command performance. Her timing, spacing, and shot selection have improved even since the start of the season.
I think the interactions between the two teams were kind of fun tonight, especially the one between Stewie and Caitlin. And if you look even further beyond them, this is after Caitlin shot that logo 3 where Stewie gave her like 5 feet of space to do so. But you will see Sandy Brondello looking like she's just kind of giving her a little bit of props. Because really, like, when you make 3 logo 3, not just regular 3-pointers, but 3 3-pointers in that amount of time is crazy. 3 logo 3s in that amount of time is unreal. There is really no other reaction than just to say, wow.
Despite the injury setback, she returned sharper, more confident, and with better chemistry with her teammates. That speaks volumes about her work ethic and basketball IQ. This game could serve as a turning point for the Indiana Fever. With Clark back and healthy, and with players like Mitchell, Boston, and Hull stepping up, the team looks ready to make a serious playoff push. This was Caitlin Clark's reminder to the league. You can try to contain her, but you can't stop greatness.
And just to continue my Lexi Hull for most improved player agenda, she is averaging career highs in rebounds per game, points per game, and assists per game. Now, Lexi, clean up those layups. You are allowed to have an off game though, because she is on fire this year. But the big differences in the Fever in this game, of course, obviously were Caitlin Clark. Statistically, it's their 3-point shots made. They had 19 fast breaks, compared to a crazy deficiency in the previous games. They were able to neutralize Aaliyah Boston in her pick and roll though, but we are talking about the New York Liberty, the defending champs, so if anybody was able to neutralize that, it would be them.
If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment from the brightest stars in basketball. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.